Oh, Wimbledon. It's back. It started on Monday, troubled by rain. Again. Seriously, why do British people invent sports that rely on good weather? And although no one has taken too much interest in Wimbledon so far because of the Euros, there has been one shining light in the tournament. As England crashed out the Euros to minnows Iceland, another minnow of the tennis variety has been carving his way into the history of tennis. That man is 25-year-old Marcus Willis from Slough, England, who is ranked 772 in the world. At the start of this year, he was living with his parents, had credit cards to pay off, was considered overweight, was single and planning to give up playing tennis to go and coach tennis in America. He plays club tennis in Britain, Germany and France, and also coaches at Warwick Boat Club, doing private sessions costing £30 an hour, and his plan was to quit playing tennis. However, that was prevented by love when he met his new girlfriend Jennifer Bate, who convinced him to stay in the UK and continue playing. Before Wimbledon in 2016, Willis had made just £220 from competing. But nonetheless, he entered a British players only qualifying event to try to qualify for the qualifiers. He managed to gain the last spot through into qualifying, and then managed to beat 6 other opponents in the official qualifying to actually qualify for Wimbledon's first official round. Now that seemed fairy tale enough, and when Willis was drawn against world number 54 Ricardas Berankis from Lithuania, it seemed like that would be the end of his road. A huge outsider going into the match, he played on Monday on court 17 and pulled off one of the biggest shocks in Wimbledon history by beating Berankis 6-3, 6-3, 6-4, whilst cheered on by his parents, girlfriends, siblings and friends to receive one of the biggest ovations court 17 has ever heard. So Willis had qualified for the second round of Wimbledon, and his reward for that would be to play the legend of tennis, that is Roger Federer. Yesterday afternoon, Willis stepped out on centre court to a standing ovation, and for one of the first times in Wimbledon history, Roger Federer entered centre court not as the fan favourite. 24 minutes into the match, and Federer was even more disliked, and it looked troubling for Willis after Federer took the first set 6-love. 30 minutes into the match, and one of the largest ovations in years on centre court. Not quite surpassing Murray winning Wimbledon, but we'll ignore that. Was for when Willis won his first game, levelling the second set at 1-1. He did keep the set fairly close, eventually losing it 6-3, but the best was yet to come for Willis, who in the third set was 4-3 up in games. However, Federer then showed his overall class to win the set 6-4, and with it, the match. For the world number 772, Willis took 7 games off the number 3 seeded player in the world, and considered one of the best to ever grace the game in Federer. And he made a nation believe in the year of the underdog once again. But what will probably be the best for Willis, besides the memories that he's created for himself and everyone around him, is the prize winnings that he will receive for reaching the second round of Wimbledon, because he is set to receive £50,000. And as Marcus Willis said in his post-match interview after his game with Federer, "I deserve a beer for that. And Marcus, you most certainly do. And I think a lot of people will be offering you a beer." So, to you Marcus Willis, we say thank you for making another wonderful fairy tale underdog story and showing that the Brits do still have some fight in them yet. Just ignore the England football team.